This one is for my brothers and sisters up north in Canada. You guys need to get rid of Trudeau and save your country that is just reverting to communism. It's awful what's going on up in Canada. So, two stories of some really creepy shit happening in Canada. I saw this one a couple of days ago. Canadian municipality now requires a QR code to enter or leave. There's a video of a woman saying that there's this city in Canada where they're making people scan a code to get in or out of the city. Part of me was like, that might be clickbait. That sounds kind of fakey. Looked into it a little bit. Turns out it's totally true. This city is called Port La Madeleine. It's a Canadian town in the Gulf of St. Lawrence. I found this article that was written in French, so I can't read it. But then I found this one written in English. Oh, it's called Isle de la Madeleine. So yeah, it's on the east coast of Canada. More French speakers over there. Canadian municipality now requires a QR code. Canadian town in the Gulf of St. Lawrence has become the first municipality in the country to officially require a QR code to enter or leave. Officials say that the requirement of a QR code to enter or leave the archipelago will only be for tourists, while residents will be required to show their driver's license to enter or leave. I don't care. Show driver's license or QR code. Both Orwellian as shit. That's why we call it Chinada now. And what happens when they attach a social credit score to this and a central bank digital currency and, right? They're just moving the goalposts. Give them an inch, they'll try to take a mile, and they're just slow stepping it. So let's see what they have to say about it. The decision to require a QR code and ID for the municipality of 12,000 residents. That's like a middle-sized city. It's not a big city by any means, but it's not a tiny little town. 12,000 residents. This decision came after the municipal government announced they would begin charging all visitors who come to the town $30, something which hasn't gone down well with the locals or their family members who visit them. Not surprising. Definitely, you have to pay $30 to enter or leave our town. $30. Can't visit your mama or your grandma unless you pay $30 and show your QR code. What the hell? What if you don't own a mobile phone, smartphone? What if you want to live a little bit more off-grid? Ooh, too bad. Can't come in. Psh. One of the many concerns, one that officials sought to address, was ensuring that visitors had paid their fees before leaving. Hence the introduction of a mandatory QR code to leave the islands. If you don't pay, you can't get the QR code and you won't be able to leave. This was initially intended for residents too, but following an outpour of criticism, officials backed down and now say that residents only have to show their driver's license. Oh my God. Huge. Here's this video from like a week ago. There was a huge debate, huge backlash of this. Looks like in the city council, big city council meeting. Yep, not a conspiracy theory. They're actually trying to do this. Even the driver's license, showing that to leave. Oh my gosh, awful. So that was the first thing. This lovely Canadian town must be getting orders from Trudeau. A bunch of Trudeau lovers in this town doing this. Yeah, again, slippery slope. They do this in one town. They're going to try to do it in 10, then 100. Then other Western countries are going to try to do this. And probably won't go over well. That's our first story. Let's get to our second one. The Canadian military to conduct door-to-door wellness checks in a small Ontario town. This is another story I saw a couple days ago that I was like, I don't know if this is true or not. Sounds a little out there, but yep, very true. There is a military exercise going on. Canadian Armed Forces will be conducting training exercises in Huron and Bruce counties between Friday, May 3rd and Sunday, May 5th, so this weekend. Officials say residents will notice heightened military presence throughout the town, but don't be concerned. And also, a part of this training exercise is having the soldiers conduct wellness checks, door knocks, literally wellness checks or door knocks, to simulate what would happen if soldiers were asked to check on the well-being of residents during an actual emergency. Like what? Another plandemic that the globalists are cooking up? Again, this is, what do we want to call it? Just not predictive programming, but essentially programming, just starting out with a little bit, getting the citizens accustomed to it, and then pushing more and more and more. And as the, human slaves get accustomed to it, of the idea or the exercise, do more and more and more. QR code in one city, get the human slaves accustomed to it, put it in 10, then 100. Door knocks by the military, do it in one city, then 10, then 100, as they get accustomed. So just priming the public for their agendas. Man, Canada, dude. And I'm concerned about Canada, because if Canada does this, then other countries, Canada's I would say probably Canada, New Zealand, and Australia. Shoot, there's probably a few countries in Europe as well. But if we're talking the West, the worst countries going straight to communism in the West, Canada's up there, Australia's up there, New Zealand too. Oh, some of those European countries as well for sure, but that's why I care. That's why I care about Canada, because they're just like the testing ground for this communistic, totalitarian, Orwellian, whatever you want to call it, fascist shit. And Canada's real close to the U.S. The U.S. might start trying military door knock exercises or QR codes to leave the town. Now, gosh, you already know that some creepy billionaire bastard in San Francisco or New York is sitting there licking his chops like, yeah, let's get all our residents a QR code and charge them $30 to leave or enter the city. Yes. Newsom, wants to do that in California. Oh my God. So, gotta fight back, guys. Gotta, number one, be aware. Be aware of what they're trying, what they're planning, what they want to do. And then number two, spread that awareness and fight back against it. So here is me attempting to make you aware, trying to spread that awareness. Now it's up to you to take this knowledge, especially if you live in Canada, around these areas, right? And then it's up to you to spread that awareness even further than I can't, and try to do something about it. If you're in a city or town or county or state where shit's going south real quick, do something about it in your local area. So there's that, guys. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. One more thing, guys, real quick. If you enjoy my shit stirring videos, Substack articles, posts on Telegram, Twitter, and True Social, consider, you can subscribe on Substack or Twitter, those platforms, Rumble as well, but you can also subscribe on Locals. You can become a member there, sign up for just a few bucks a month, or you can find me on Patreon, Subscribestar as well. If you subscribe on either of those platforms, I'll get you a link to an exclusive VIP Telegram chat that I'm in every day, chatting. Good group of about a little over 100 people around the world, shooting the shit with each other, sharing experiences, having a good time in there. And I'll get you a discount code to my supplement brand, Conscious Strength, as well. That's if you sign up to Locals, Subscribestar, or Patreon. I'll leave those links in the description underneath this video. You can go subscribe on Substack and elsewhere as well. I appreciate you guys for doing so, helping me to continue this work. And I'll be making more videos for you guys soon. Thank you very much.